This is Ed in San Diego, California, and today is August 18. And the time here is a little after 8 a.m. And our special guest today is James Moss, and he's in New York, 11 a.m. there. Welcome, James Moss.
Hey, hi, Ed. Great to be with you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you look young and happy and vibrant.
Well, summer.
Yeah, okay. So James Moss is founder and CEO of AbsoluteRelo.com, which has been shortlisted by the FEM, Emma's Asia Pacific. Now, how about that? Congratulations.
Yes, well, thank you very much. We're absolutely delighted about that here. And, we've got a great team working on it. So it's a big pat on the back for everybody.
Yeah. So you and I met several years ago. With your help, I produced interesting meetings in London in the city. And one of them was in some kind of a castle that you brought me into. That was a really fabulous time, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. So you have decided to go very high tech and very modern with an app. So the app is all about younger people, younger than me anyway. And so this means that people who are interested in digitizing everything and getting fast information by themselves on their own with no hassle and high tech. So, James, the way people work, never mind Relo, has been changed by the pandemic, but that was already happening, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely right, Ed. Yeah, I mean, look, people, I was thinking about this earlier on today, and it was a sort of bit of a Henry Ford moment. So when everyone asked, Henry Ford, very successful cars, of course, but when he did his market research, he said afterwards, he said, you know what? When I asked them what they wanted, they all gave me the same answer. We want a faster horse.
The horse and
And the
black.
result is history, right?
Only one color.
This is sort of one of those moments. I mean, technology, it's really technology has changed the way people work. It's changed really the way people live. It's really a lifestyle. It's strange enough, it's not as generational as we all think. We always think it's millennials and Generation Z, but it's not. It's anyone who uses a mobile phone and can text basically. It's not complicated. It's actually simpler and it's easier. And that's the space that I've moved into, because I believe that relocation, particularly, which is an area I specialize in. I also specialize in real estate, and the two go together often. Was just very behind and out of tune. People move and work very differently these days. COVID really just sort of highlighted a lot of the changes that were taking place. It really brought hybrid working very much to the fore. And hybrid working impacts the way people move and relocate. So, for example, people don't have to be living right in the middle of the city near their office to go to work every day. It's a good example. Maybe they live a bit further out. They have a bit more of a commute, but they live in a nicer neighborhood. They live in nicer accommodation at a lower rent. This isn't always the case. And they go in a couple of days a week. So that's just one example.
And at their own time. And if they're given, in terms of a relocation, if they're given a lump sum, they'll decide what they want.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, lump sum's a good example in the corporate world. I mean, we're not just corporate. We're actually for anyone who moves anywhere on any budget. I mean, tech brings the price point right down. Um, it's a game changer. It doesn't mean that traditional relocation is dead and gone and all the rest of it. There's a place, there's a big place for that, particularly corporate to corporate. And we sort of are complementary to that. I mean, we sit alongside that. We're another tool in the corporate relocation toolbox, particularly for lump sum people. And people have to pay and manage their own relocation. I mean, if I gave you $15,000 now and you're about to move, my bet is that the first thing you do is put it in your pocket. The second thing you're probably going to do is go and have a drink at the bar with one of your mates, or a cup of coffee, and sort of chat it through. But the last thing you do is dash off to a super expensive relocation company and give them, 3 to 5 to 7,000 to sort your life out. But what you might do is you might want a bit of support just on those things that you need support with, okay? And you might come to someone like us who have expert relocation people, but human people to do it for you, at the end of a telephone, on an app, on a pay-as-you-go basis. So you just pay for what you need when you need it. It's easy, it's fun, it's efficient, and it's extraordinarily inexpensive. So, those are some of the drivers.
And it's 24/7.
It's 24/7. It's 24/7, and it's global. You can be anywhere doing it. Our relo advisors are local area experts, but because the whole thing, the whole system, the whole service is remote, you could be supporting me in New York from where you are in San Diego. If you know New York really well, you're trained by us, and you're an expert, that's fine.
So people moving from Europe and the Mideast into New York area, that's still going on now, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
So this is a perfect tool for them because different time
yeah,
zones and get all the information just with a click.
we're in about probably about 20, 25 countries at the moment. We have, I don't know, it sort of grows every day. It's often client specific where we go. Our relo advisors are literally all around the world. They're independents, they're freelancers, they're all experienced, they're all trained. All of them are real estate orientated in one way or another. Okay, we're doing a job in the US at the moment where we're working over down in the south, actually, and we're working with independent relo advisors who are also sort of tuned into the whole real estate side of life, and some of them are even licensed agents and brokers, independents. It's a great combination. We've got people in South Africa, we've got people in various places in Europe. We're also operating in Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Hong Kong, Sydney, Tokyo, Middle East. So, the reach is great. Technology, and also combined with having the expertise and the deep knowledge of how the industry works and how people move and how people's DNA has changed in the world of this increasingly fast mobile technology. We pulled it all together. And that's
So it's efficient
that's what we're doing.
and secure and on demand. So the money savings. Can you get concrete here? Give me an example of the amount of money, concrete. Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to go back to your security point actually first, if I may, just pick up on that. We're using a mobile app, which we really developed to a very high standard. And one of the things about that is that it's super efficient. It's super secure. Everything is encrypted. Okay. So it's a very, our developers have been really smart the way they've pulled this together, but the platform is super secure. encrypted, and anyone can use it. I mean, we're talking about video, we're talking about text, we're talking about phone. It's an on-the-go sort of process. So I just wanted to pick up on that point because it's a really, really important point. Cost savings. Well, it's pretty fantastic. You know, we're talking about on provider. So provider cost savings, we're about 70 to 80% cheaper. We produce a 70 to 80% cost saving on traditional relocation management costs. I want to separate that from shipping costs. I mean, you know, if you're shipping a 40-foot container over, you know, that's standard, whatever it is in the marketplace. But in terms of expert provision, working one-on-one with the assignee, okay, and providing those super personal and human support. I mean, our reload advisors are like personal concierges, okay, to people. That's the way we think of it, and that's the way we value our clients. And because people are only using a limited amount of time, everything's measured, everything's transparent, everyone knows what's going on, it's all there on your mobile app, on your phone. The cost savings are potentially immense. But the beauty is if you're working on, say, I know, a 5-hour home finding program, just for the sake of argument, and you need a bit of extra time, you just buy it off the app online, and you buy it in your own currency, wherever you are in the world.
Yeah. So I'm very impressed with what you've done, and the timeliness of this couldn't be better, in my view. But what is really interesting is the customer satisfaction guarantee that I see that you offer, an actual written money back guarantee. Would you explain that, why you're doing that?
Yes, be delighted. It's an industry, relocation industry first. We have so much confidence in what we're doing and the feedback that we've had during our testing that we give a total satisfaction money back guarantee to any of our users who use our product and are not satisfied with their relocation at the end of the day.
Bravo.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah. All right, so it's absoluterelo.com. And there's a really cute video I've seen, sort of like animated with what do you call that? Alter egos? No, cartoons, right?
Yeah, it's a bit of fun, and it sort of explains in about a minute, sort of conceptually what it's all about and how it works. I mean, one of the things we say in it is we've torn up the old rule book. There was never really a rule book. But the old way of doing things, things like, I mean, bundles. People don't move in bundles, you know. People, even millennials now, the largest word.
Oh, it's like,
you know, there you go, yeah.
A little prop.
And they don't have a rule book because what the hell should they? You know? And then there are all the startups and the tech companies and all those organizations, not-for-profits, and people like that. There's the education sector, this medical sector. Mostly who never use relocation services because they're so expensive. It's not in their sort of parish, so to speak. And this sort of opens up what we do is you know, it sort of opens everything up to everybody. I mean, you know, anyone who's moving, anyone who's relocating and use a mobile phone, it's you know, it's for anyone who moves anywhere on any budget. I mean, they set the budget. It's totally transparent. They spend only what they want to do. Pay as you go makes it really easy because you don't have to lay a lot of money out up front. You just get the basics that you think you need. Your reload advisor is helping you plan that. And then if you need a bit of extra time to do something, you can just, you know, buy an extra hour or so online. It's really simple. Our users are totally in control of their
Hey, that's great.
and in control of their relocation.
So James Moss, absolutereload.com. Thank you for being our um, guest today on Global TV Talk Show. This is like a first, and I congratulate you on your out of the box success with the nomination for the Emma Award by FEM in Asia. Well, Singapore, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, that's cool. And I look forward to seeing you again in person someday. It's been a couple of years.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Ed. It's been great. And yeah, great audience, a great show you're running.
Yeah,
I'm
well, thank you. It's because of people like you, not me. Thanks for doing this. AbsoluteReload.com, James Moss. As you could tell, he's from the UK, from London, and I look forward to being over there with you someday in person. I don't know when, but maybe in 23, who knows? Thanks, and have a great day today. Okay, this is Ed signing off in San Diego. Ciao. Thank you.